Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you some of our favorite Premier Business Academy success principles. So let's dive right in. These are things that work really, really well for us and for our clients all around the world, okay? So why should you listen to us? Well, we've generated over 150 million sales in just 10 years, plus many, many millions more for our clients. We have 3 clients who do over 100 million USD in sales every year, and then we have a huge range of clients that do anywhere down from there. So we have 137 members in our business gym program, which is our high impact business coaching for fast results. So if you want to jump in there, we'd love to help you there. But let's dive straight in. We've also written this book called Sales Equals Survival. We've just retitled it actually the Sales Success Playbook. So if you want a copy of that, let me know. It's packed with all the strategies and techniques you can use immediately to start to change the dial, move the dial quickly on your sales and your profitability as well. So let's start with this. Number one, mindset, right? Now, hopefully you can write some stuff down while you're listening if you're not driving or doing something else crazy. So write these down. Number one, mindset. If we can shift your mindset, if you can shift your mindset and you can undo some limiting beliefs, you can pretty much achieve anything. Now, you've probably heard this before and you think it's woo-woo. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not woo-woo. It absolutely works. We're watching people transform not just their businesses, but their lives day by day by day. Every day inside the business gym program and the platform, we get anywhere from 5 to 15 comments a day of a win or something that's changed or someone's life that is getting better and changing, not just their business, but their health, their relationships, all that stuff. Because if you shift this, a byproduct of this is not just improving business or business success, but it's life success. The next thing is habits, okay? This framework is really simple but extremely powerful. So hear me out. Habits. If we can't change your mindset, we can't change your habits. Now, what are we talking about habits for? Because you are a result of what you do daily. Success is not therefore one big act. It's a result of tiny little acts that happen every single day, right? This is true in your health. This is true in your relationships. It's true in your garden, in your linen cupboard, in your garage, wherever you go, right? The state of whatever it is a direct result of your daily habits. Now, we're talking mostly about business today, but I want to help you outside of that. If you want to apply this framework, you can apply it in all areas of life. If we can change those habits, we therefore get transformation. Now, transformation doesn't happen overnight. Of course, it happens daily, even if it's just 1%. So every day inside our programs, we're encouraging our members, our clients, to get 1% better. 1% better at your time management, 1% better in your sales scripts, 1% better in all the little things, right? In your health habits, all of these things. So if you can shift the mindset, then the habits can change. You can't do one without the other. You will not get your new habits to stick if you haven't changed your mindset. So you must let go of limiting beliefs. Now, a cool way of doing this is changing your identity. So you go from being for example, right now, this is confronting stuff, right? Because a lot of people don't like to accept this, that the shape they're in is a direct result of their daily habits, that the shape their business is in is a direct result of their daily business habits. Now, this is a real shame because if people would accept this and business owners would accept this, we wouldn't be staring at the awful statistics that we have in small business. They fail, they fail, they fail. It's 20% in the first year are gone, 30% in the second year, 50% in years 3 and 4, 65% by year 10 are gone, and only 10% even get to 1 million in sales and above. Only 8% get to 5 million and 0.4% get to 10 million. Now, this is crazy because every business owner and every business mostly has the potential to go way beyond these numbers, but it all comes back to mindset. So if you can shift your mindset, if you're prepared to accept that you are a direct result of your daily habits, then we can get transformation. If not, no one can really help you, and you might as well stop watching this video right now and go and back to your doom scrolling or playing on your PlayStation or whatever other thing you do. Maybe it's drinking alcohol, I don't know. Hopefully not. So these are the things that can happen. Right, let's move on to the next thing. Here's where most people kind of never, they spin their wheels forever, and I took far too long in my business spinning my wheels. I'd love you to take out a piece of paper and draw this circle, right? Draw this big circle, then draw a little circle, a little black dot, and humor me for a moment and pretend that that is you. Write these words beside it. This is me, okay? Me. That's all the things, that little dot represents all the knowledge you've built up, through your experiences, through your teachers, coaches, parents, just your experiences along the way, right? And experience, as we know, is a very expensive teacher. are much better to look for a great coach or a great mentor or a program that's going to help you to compress time. Now, I wish I knew that 23 years ago when I first went into business, because we would be much further ahead of where we are today. So this is me, right? You have to accept that. Now, outside of that is all the things that I don't know what I don't know. Now, maybe you've seen this concept before, maybe you haven't. If you've seen it, I'm here to remind you that this is very real and it's very applicable to most people that I meet. Now, going back to what I was saying before, 99% of businesses stay small and stuck and trapped in what we call the small business prison, long hours, overwhelmed, not enough money, not enough cash, not enough profit. You know, all the things a business needs to be great or to be healthy, most businesses don't have them consistently, right? And they have a lot of stress, and they, you know, as soon as they go away for a few days, their business declines or stops altogether. This does not have to be the case. You don't know what you don't know. Now, if you accept this, then every day from now on, one of your new daily habits needs to be learning. So every single day, you need to be listening to some good quality content or watching some good quality content that is going to start to fill in these gaps in your knowledge. Because every time you do, you can improve your business, you can improve your mindset, you can improve your health, you can improve all sorts of things in your life if you start to learn every single day. Now, there's an old saying, you've probably all heard it, is that the day you stop learning is the day you stop dying. Now, a lot of people I meet in business are just learning from their experiences. And like I said, that's a very expensive teacher. And it's ludicrous to me, like it blows my mind how people will spend $500 on a restaurant, night out at a restaurant with their friends, but they won't invest $500 in, which obviously has zero ROI apart from maybe, you know, some fun times, some experiences, that's all good maybe. But $500 on learning a life skill that could completely change the course of their life, the course of their business. It's just, it still blows my mind to this day, and I think it's, that's never going to go away. But people don't get this. You know, the government can't tax you on a new skill set. On a skill set, you can like get 1,000% return. Imagine if you invested $500 in a program or some, you know, whatever it might be, a coaching program or a mentorship or something that allowed you to make $1,000 more a month for the rest of your life. I mean, crazy, right? And this is what these things can do. So this is what I'm suggesting to you, is every day you learn something. If it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. I'll give you a top tip here. So what I do is one of my unwinding relaxation type hobbies is trimming hedges, mowing lawns, start like garden work. I really love it. And that might not be for you, but it is for me. It's very healthy, really healthy occupation. I've got Bluetooth earmuffs, like, I don't know what they're, $100 worth. And I listen to my latest, some kind of training that I'm doing at the time. I'll listen to that and learn something new every single day. This keeps me motivated, inspired, keeps me going. It means I compress time, so I'm not, you know, when I'm doing my time with the kids, it's not, or family time, it's not, you know, stuck on learning. You can do learning in all sorts of things. When you're doing your workout at the gym, when you're doing the treadmill, when you're doing your hill walk, whatever it might be, you can compress time. So this is really, really important stuff. So I'm going to move straight on to the next concept now, because if you get that, you're going to make a lot of progress and you're going to absolutely build a winning mindset. The next one is this one, smart people. Write this down. Smart people learn from everyone and everything, right? Great. We've just talked about that habit. Average people learn from their experiences. Like I said, that's super expensive. It can take you 10 years and who knows, $10 million to learn something that you could invest $10,000 in and pay someone who's already been there before and can help you compress time and do it in 12 months, right? Crazy. The ROI on that is insane. Average. Now, stupid people, here's the kicker, and this is, again, really confronting, and I've had people in our live training sessions say to me, I'm that person. And they admit that, and then as soon as they admit that, they can make progress. The ones that never admit it are the ones that carry on the same, making the same stupid mistakes. Stupid people already have all the answers. Now, tell me, you don't have to tell me because we're on a video here, but think about someone in your life right now. I'm sure you've got plenty of examples in your social circle of stupid people who already have all the answers. They're often the most unsuccessful people, the most unhealthy people, and they're the ones you can't shut them up, right? They've got all sorts of problems, but they've got all the answers, right? And so you can sit there and listen to them and nod, wisely and all that stuff. All good, that's fine. But they will never grow to where you can grow because they don't understand this, and they probably never will, and that sucks. And that's sad, but that's just how life is. And I know there's probably a huge percentage of people watching this right now that will never do anything about this training and will move on and just carry on living life the same. But there will be 1% of you watching who want to get better and want to improve and want to improve not just their own lives but the lives of their family, because guess what? Success is unselfish. The opposite of success is non-success or anti-success, which is incredibly selfish, because if you're anti-success, you can't help anyone else, let alone yourself, right? If you're unsuccessful, you're always going to be feeding off someone else, off the government, which is the taxpayer, right? You and me and whoever else is paying tax in this country right now. So that's really sad. So I'm hoping you're in the 1%, because if you are in the 1%, then you can be more successful every day, which is very unselfish, because the more success you have, the more you can help your family, your community, your church, your football club, whatever you're passionate about, you can help. You can help others, lift others up that are less fortunate than yourself or have a non-success or anti-success mindset. Hopefully you can break them out of it and put them on the path to success, right? This is very cool. It's like I guess like a vortex, and it just goes up and up and up, and it's an ever opening vortex. It's just, life just gets better and better and better instead of declining. So we go up, right? It's pretty cool. Anyway, next thing is, that was stupid, people. Next thing I want to talk about is this ridiculous thing here, which is the word, not ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous, but it's also very damaging, or it holds you back. I can't think of the word, the comfort zone. So most people spend their life inside the comfort zone because it's easy, right? We do what we've always done because it's easy. We don't like change. We don't like problems. So we stay in here, we avoid our problems, we avoid reality, we avoid having that tough conversation, we just go and sit on the couch and, watch Netflix and pull out a pack of potato chips instead of going for the walk and eating an apple or kicking a ball around with our kids. But I'm saying, if you get outside your comfort zone, the more you get outside your comfort zone every day, the faster you will grow. There is no growth in here, zero growth. It's a stupid place to be. Now, it's fine if you want to relax. Let's not get into any of that. This is not what this is about. Today is about changing your mindset. Today is about changing your perspective and helping you to get out of your comfort zone, because you will never grow there. It's like the business owner who doesn't like calling customers, like cold calling or whatever you want to call it, proactive calling, because he's scared of rejection. You will never grow your business. I hate to break that to you, but you'll never grow your business. Or if you do, it's going to be very, very expensive, pouring money down the drain on ads that don't work. So get outside the comfort zone. 1 hour a day of calling, 1 hour a day of business improvement work, 1 hour a day of getting around all your team and telling them they're doing a great job and what can you help with and what do you need training, blah, blah, blah. So 1 hour of growing people. There's so many examples. 30 minutes intense hill walk. All these things you can do to get outside your comfort zone, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing today and tomorrow and expecting a different result. Not going to happen. Hate to break it to you, but it's just not going to happen. And I've watched this happen with so many people. At my last business, Premier Group NZ, we employed 75 people, and over the years we would have employed hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands probably, actually have come in and out of the doors through the recruiting process. And so I've got a very good handle over the years, very lucky to have and grateful about it, to get a handle on humanity, lots of different backgrounds and lots of different races and religions and all that stuff. And you know what the 1% always had in common was their attitude and the things we're talking about. They had a hunger for growth and learning. They didn't play victim, because victim is a waste of time. And sure, you might be a victim. You might be able to blame everyone else for your problems. But guess what? That's not going to change anything unless you take extreme ownership, right? Extreme ownership of your situation. Look in the mirror and go, no one else can fix this except for me, right? The government can't fix it. Your mum and dad can't fix it. Your spouse can't fix it. All these things. So stop playing the victim, because I know it's easy to play the victim. That's where the victims live. They live in the comfort zone. But guess what? Life ain't going to get any better. Hate to break it to you, but I've watched this happen. I've watched it over and over and over and over again. Because at Premier Group NZ, we got incredibly passionate about growing people. That became our #1 obsession. It was growing people. And I'm going to give you a bonus tip here is, if you do nothing else after this video, is start to grow people, because they will then grow your business. They, teach, train, coach, mentor, become that absolute growing people person, and your business will start to explode. It's incredible. We got to 100 to 200 improvements every single week in our business because of this obsession. It was unbelievable. You could go away for 2 weeks and watch the group chat and improvements just pouring in, and you'd get back, or I'd go back and visit our factory in Tauranga, 2 factories in Tauranga, and in just 2 weeks the place had got better and like sometimes way better than the last time you visited. And if you left it a month, like honestly, it's just phenomenal. So I'm just giving you a bonus tip there. But getting back to my point was that the 1% of people that walked in our door, let's say 1 in 100 really, that we employed over time, would be in that 1% category. They wanted to learn and grow. They didn't play victim. They could. A lot of them had really average upbringings, really, lots of bad things happened to them in their lives at no fault of their own. That was the point. They took crazy, crazy extreme ownership, and they made progress. They made progress year after year, day after day, like absolutely fantastic, and hit their most important life goals in half the time they thought they could, right? So anyway, so that's the next thing. The next thing I want to quickly talk to you guys about is goal setting, because so many people wander aimlessly through life without any goals. Now, if you're a small business owner or you're an employee right now, no matter who you are, and you want to get ahead, I'm going to give you a couple of unfair advantages right now. These are really powerful. So one of those is that if you write your goal down and do nothing else, you are 42% more likely to hit that goal. How crazy is that? So I'm going to ask you right now, write down your most important goal for 2026. What is it? Whether it's a business goal, a life goal, a health goal, or a money goal, whatever it is, write it down. And just by writing it down, you are 42% more likely to hit it statistically. Now that is crazy, right? So that gives you so much advantage over everybody else, because most people don't write their goals down, right? Until they join our program. And I'll say to a business owner who's even been in business like 10 years, do you ever write your life goals down or your New Year's resolutions? They don't even do that. They have them in their head, and that's just crazy. Get it on paper. Now I'm going to give you something even more powerful. This is crazy powerful. If you share your goal with others, you are 70% more likely to hit that goal. Now, how crazy is that? How much of an unfair advantage is that? That is a massive advantage. And that's all we're trying to do every day at PBA, Premier Business Academy, and the Business Gym, is to give people an unfair advantage every single day over everybody else, right? Now, this is crazy. And if this is true, why don't people do it? Because everyone's too scared to share their goals. I'm going to share a goal with you right now just to show how this works. And I know the power of this now, because I've been doing it for years. When I saw that stat, I was like, wow, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. So here's my goal I want to share with you. In 2026, we want to get to 1,000 members in the Business Gym program. It's just a big, crazy number. Now, I have no idea how we're going to get there. We're at 137 right now as of the 16th of Feb. But I know we're going to hit it. I just know, because I know people are going to help me. I know that by sharing it with you, it makes me more accountable. And I know there's going to be a percentage of you that circle back in December and go, did you hit this goal, right? That drives me every single day to do better, to do more, to compress time, right? So I'm sharing that with you. Now, if you want a 70% advantage, jump in the comments below this video and write it down, share it with everybody else that's watching this video. Write it down and then share it. Share it here. I'm giving you this unfair advantage right now. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, do so. Go to Bernard Powell on LinkedIn and connect with me there. Share your goal with me there if you want. If you don't want to share it on the post, but I'd love you to share it below this video. Anyway, so that's a massive advantage. So teach your team this. I'm going to share another bonus hack here, is that if you teach these principles that we're talking about in this video today, if you teach them to your team or to your family or teach them to others, you are going to learn twice. You're going to learn deeply, right? To teach is to learn twice or to learn deeply. So please share these things. Pay it forward. And if you would share this video, if you're enjoying this video and you get lots of, if you're getting some value from it, hit the like button, smash the like button, hit subscribe, drop a comment, share it with others. It would mean the world to us. We would really appreciate it. We do everything on zero ad spend. All of our growth comes organically from testimonials and referrals from great people like you. So hopefully you know someone that could really do with help from our services. We would love to help. Anyway, back to this. So insanity, we've talked about that. Right, another cool thing I want to talk about, and I only kind of learnt this in recent years, and it changed my thinking as well, is that, I like to, I have a vision board, right? So here's another hack for you is, have a vision board where you pin up photos of or pictures of, things that you want to get. Might be a car, the dream car you want to get, the dream house, the dream whatever. Put it up on your vision board. So the thinking I want to help you with is this, is that most people drive past a nice home and they go, I can't afford that, or I could never afford that. Now that's crazy, okay? You've got to change your thinking. Otherwise, that will be the truth, right? If you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford said that, and he was so right about that. And I've proven this over and over and over again, and so have our clients, by the way. So instead, change your thinking to how can I afford this? Or afford that, okay? This is so powerful. And as soon as you change this thinking, you start thinking of ways of how you can afford that thing. It might be that $150,000 car. It might be that $1 million property, $2 million property. It might be something, whatever your dreams and whatever's on your vision board. Start thinking like this: how can I afford this? Put it up on your vision board, put the question up there. And every time you look at something that you think, man, that would be really cool to have, that would be something I could help others with maybe even, or it might be a life skill, it might be whatever it might be, or it might be a program, it might be one of our programs. It's like, how can I afford this? And then you make it happen, because once you start thinking like this, everything begins to change. So I wanted to share that with you because that was a real reframe for me a few years back. I was always kind of slipping into this like, I can't afford that, or I can never afford that, or I can never get that thing. When you change the thinking, things begin to change really, really quickly. Along with that, these other frameworks that I've shared with you. So one more thing I want to share with you that will hopefully really shift your perspective and help you in your business and in your life, but especially your business, is this. A question I'm going to ask you: who pays for everything in your life? Okay? In your life. This is so important. Now, I didn't again understand this for too long, and someone shared it with me. I think it might have been a sales coach, I can't remember, but anyway, it's a great question to ask. Now, most people say to me, it's my boss, or it's my wife, or my husband, or my partner, or my mum, or my dad, or whatever. Now, none of those things are true. There is only one person that pays for every single thing in your life. They pay for, your tires on your car, the roof over your head, the hot shower in the morning, the coffee, your water, everything, just every single thing. They pay for everything, the petrol in your car. And it starts with C. Hopefully you can guess by now. It is the customer. There is no one else that pays money for you to live. No one. The money all flows from the customer. You might be on the social welfare right now and you have no clue of any of the stuff maybe that we're talking about. Maybe like you're in a really bad space right now. I hope this video finds you at the right time and you can actually leverage these principles and completely change your life. It's the customer. So if what my point was about social welfare, people say, oh, it's the government. No, it's not the government paying for nothing. It's the taxpayer who gets paid by their customer, right? If you're on wages, the money comes from the customer. If you own your own business, you're an owner, the money comes from the customer. You're on social welfare, the money comes from the customer. Everything comes from the customer, every single dollar. Therefore, why is this important? Because from now on, you need to look for ways to get more customers, to look after your existing customers, to treat them like, like royalty, and to get them buying more and more and more, and serving and serving and serving and serving, right? Service is the highest honor, and you need to be serving this person, and you need to be finding the right customers for your business. We could go into that in another video, an ICP, your ideal customer profile. But I just want to completely change your thinking around the customer. Where does the money flow from? Where are all the dollars coming from? They are all coming from the customer. Okay, no matter where you are in life right now. Even if you've got if you've got a small baby, for example, the government or the government might pay for your original what's it called, the plunket and all that sort of stuff. But that, again, it's all coming from the customer, you know, and your baby only survives because of the customer. So reframe your thinking. And that's why capitalism is such a great thing, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it. It's where people pay money, exchange money for things, and both parties say thank you very much. Both parties feel like they've won, right? That's fantastic. Win-win. It's exchange. It's a voluntary exchange. No one has to hold a gun to anyone's head and say, give me that thing or pay me that money or whatever. It's win-win. And that's why a capitalist situation, we can grow our businesses, we can get more customers, and we can not only survive, but we can thrive. And how cool is that? What a privilege it is to be able to be in a country where we can thrive. And then help others that are less fortunate. Anyway, that's enough for today. Hope you enjoyed it. As I said, love to, you know, if you could share it, like it, comment, you know, share it with someone who really needs it, who needs to see this, who's struggling in their business or their health or their mindset. We would love to share this stuff with you because we know it works, because we practice it ourselves, our team practices it, our members practice it, our clients practice it. This stuff flat out works. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day. Chat soon.